If you use WhatsApp, and there's a good chance that you do, I need you to stay with me on this one today. Because something is changing in May 2026. It's not a minor update. It's not a new emoji pack. Something that affects what Meta can do with your conversations, your activity, and your personal data. And the way they're rolling it out is exactly what you would expect from a company that has made billions of dollars, betting that most people won't read the fine print. So here's what's happening in May 2026. Meta is embedding its AI system, Meta AI, directly into WhatsApp's core messaging infrastructure, not as an optional feature you choose to download, or not even a separate app you could ignore, but as a default built-in component of the WhatsApp you already have on your phone. Now, what does that mean in plain language? It means Meta AI will have access to the messaging environment where you have private conversations with your family, your friends, your doctor's office, even maybe your bank. It will be present, now by default, in those interactions. And the data generated from your use of it can be used to train Meta's AI systems, which is, let's be honest, the actual point. Now, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect." He was talking about personal integrity, but the principle maps cleanly onto corporate behavior as well. A company that rolls out a sweeping data collection mechanism as a default, counting on most users not to notice, not to object, or not even to opt out, is not acting in your interest. It is acting in its own. Now, this is not cynicism. That's just reading the situation honestly. Why this one is different, and I know, every few months there's another privacy update, another policy change, and even before I started recording this podcast to speak with you, I got an email about a privacy update to one of the services I use, okay? Another terms of service document that lands in your inbox and goes straight to the bin. Because what did I do? I threw it in the bin because I'm not going to read it. I don't have time. This one is different for two specific reasons, though. First, WhatsApp is where people are most unguarded. Now, email, people know, gets scanned. Facebook, people know, it serves ads. But WhatsApp has always occupied a different space. It's where you talk to your children, where you share family photos, where you plan things and discuss things and say things you wouldn't say on a public platform. That's not an accident. That's the value of the asset Meta is now moving to monetize more aggressively. Second, this is AI training, not just advertising. Previous privacy updates were largely about serving you targeted ads, but this is different. Your conversations, your behavior patterns, your language, your topics of interest. This data is being used to make Meta's AI smarter. You are, without being asked clearly, contributing your private communications to a commercial AI training operation. Now, not too long ago, I was talking with a woman in our community recently, and she's 73 years old. She's a retired nurse. She uses WhatsApp every single day to stay in touch with her adult children that live across 3 provinces. She had no idea this was coming, and when I explained it, she sat quietly for a moment, and then she said, "So they're using my conversations with my kids to build their machine." That's exactly what's happening, and she deserved to know. Now, what Meta is counting on friction. They know that the majority of users, even the ones who feel vaguely uncomfortable about this, will not, and I repeat, not navigate 3 menus deep into settings to opt out of something they barely understood was turned on. The default is set in Meta's favor. Now, the path to changing it is deliberately not obvious. This is not a conspiracy. This is documented standard practice in the data collection industry. Make the privacy protective choice harder than the data sharing choice, and most people will take the path of least resistance. Now, Epictetus wrote, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." The settings are in your power. Let's use them. I'm going to show you how to opt out step by step. I'm going to walk you through this slowly. Now, if you're listening to me or listening to this while driving or on a walk, the full step by step is in the show notes and in the transcript on our website. Let's start with iPhone. Open WhatsApp. Tap Settings. That's the bottom right corner. Then tap Privacy. Tap Meta AI. Turn off Allow Meta AI to use my data for AI improvements. Now, while you're there, tap AI features and review any toggles that are enabled by default. Turn them off. Now, for our Android users, I want you to open WhatsApp, tap the three dots in the top right corner, tap Settings, then tap Privacy, tap Meta AI. And I want you to turn off Allow Meta AI to use my data for AI improvements. And the same thing, I want you to review the AI features and the ones that are toggled and turn them off. While you're in settings, do these three things as well. First, turn off read receipts if you haven't already. Second, go to do so before, I'm getting ahead of myself here, right? Go to Settings, Privacy, Read Receipts, and turn them off. Now, this stops Meta from knowing exactly when you read every message. That is behavioral data. It feeds the same systems. Now, second, review who can see your profile photo, your status, and your last seen. You'll go to Settings, Privacy. Each one of these should be set to My Contacts at minimum, not everyone. Now, third, check your linked devices. Go to Settings, Linked Devices. If you see any device you don't recognize, remove it immediately. This is also a way to show you how you would catch an account that's been compromised. The broader point here, though, is WhatsApp started as a simple private messaging app. It was built by two engineers who explicitly did not want to run ads or collect data. That was the whole point. But you see, Meta purchased it in 2014 for $19 billion. Again, that's $1 billion. Not because they wanted to run a charitable messaging service, but because 450 million people were using it to have private conversations, and that data had enormous value. Everything that has happened since, the policy changes, the data sharing, the integration with Facebook's advertising infrastructure, and now the AI training, is the logical and entirely predictable continuation of that acquisition. The product was never the app. The product was always you. Now, that's not paranoia, that's business. And understanding that is business. It helps you make rational decisions about what you share, where you share it, and what defaults you leave in place. You're not powerless here, and you're just now informed. One more thing before I go today. You have family members, adult children, grandchildren who also use WhatsApp. Share this episode with them. This is not just a seniors issue. The default settings affect every account on the platform regardless of age. The people most likely to be caught by these changes are the ones who trust the platform the most. And right now, the people who trust it the most are exactly the ones nobody at Meta is worrying about upsetting. But we can fix that, and it's one conversation at a time. All the steps from today's episode are in the show notes and in the full transcript at techforgrownups.com. This is Tech for Grownups. Hey, subscribe wherever you're listening from and share this one with someone who needs it.